Hey, what's going on, Boise State fans? BJ Rains here from the Idaho Press, BlueTurfSports.com, along with photographer Chris Bronson, and just a really tough game today for Boise State. They lose this one 44-21, and where do you start? Just such a big opportunity for Boise State coming on the road, nationally ranked team on national TV, just a big chance for Boise State to kind of make that statement on the national stage. And Brett Rippon sacked 7 times, was under pressure all game long. The offensive line just really struggled. Boise State only rushing for 42 yards on 30 carries. That's just not going to get it done. That's barely over 1.5 yards a carry, if it is even that. So just couldn't get anything going. The defensive line, the front seven of Oklahoma State just dominated Boise State up front in this game. And this is what Big 12, D linemen are like, and this is what Big 12 speed will do for you. So Boise State kind of found out. It was a rough awakening, or a rough, finding out just what it's like to go up against a Big 12 team on the road. And certainly Boise State had chances in this game. They're down 20-14 after the touchdown in the corner of the end zone there. The nice one-handed grab by A.J. Richardson. All of a sudden it's 20-14 midway through the third quarter. So Boise State had so many chances to get in this game, but you look at the 2 blocked punts. That's got to be the difference in this game. Boise State first misses a field goal. They have a nice drive, could have taken a 3-0 lead, and they miss a chip shot, easy 26-yard field goal that clanks off the upright. And then the 2 keys of the game were the blocked punts. The first blocked punt, they didn't score, but it gave them the ball inside the 10-yard line, and then they did score 3 plays later. And then the backbreaker was the second half. The second blocked punt, and that one went for a touchdown, and that made it a 3-score game at that point. And the crazy thing is, it was 2 different punters. Quinn Skillen got the first one blocked. Joel Velasquez got the second one blocked. Brian Harsin said after the game it wouldn't have mattered who the punter was, just not enough protection, not enough blocking up front. And that was really the difference in the game, just those 2 plays, and then also the offensive line when Boise State had the ball, not being able to run the ball or protect Brett Rippon enough. When Brett Rippon had time, he was unbelievable. You look at the final stats. Brett Rippon, I think, passed for 380 yards and 3 more touchdowns. So when Brett Rippon had time, he was picking this defense apart, but just could not stay on his feet enough and have enough time in the pocket to really do much with Boise State's offensive line struggling. So defensively, Boise State played okay, but they couldn't make the big stops when they needed to on third down, particularly in the second half. Cornelius, the quarterback for Oklahoma State, I don't think a lot of people expected him to be the one that broke some runs that kind of kept drives alive, and he scored a rushing touchdown as well. So it was a great atmosphere. It was a great college football game. Almost 55,000 fans here. It was a packed house, and it was a great day for college football, but just the result for Boise State, not what they were looking for, not great. Now they get back on the plane for a long flight back to Boise, maybe not in time, but in terms of just having to think about where they go from here, because obviously Boise State, a lot of areas they got to get better at. That offensive line had played well the first 2 games, really struggled today. They've got to figure out where to go with the offensive line and how they get this running game going. So Boise State special teams, another issue. Again, missed a field goal, 2 punts blocked. They got a lot of things to work on during this bye week. So Boise State now has a week off, which probably comes at a good time. And you remember last year, they played Virginia and lost, and then by a similar score, and then had the bye week to kind of fix things, and they took off from there. Maybe the same thing will happen for Boise State. But bye week this week, then they go on the road to Wyoming next week, and another big test coming up 2 weeks from now in Wyoming, and we'll see if this team can respond. So 44-21, Boise State loses this one. Chris Bronson, Lauren Orr, they'll have you covered with all the photos in the Sunday edition of the Idaho Press. Also, photo gallery coming to BlueTurfSports.com. I'll have a couple stories in the paper as well. So full coverage coming to Sunday's Idaho Press, BlueTurfSports.com. Sorry, Boise State fans. Boise State just couldn't get it done. 44-21 with Chris Bronson. Appreciate him for filming. I am BJ Rains. Have a good rest of your day, folks.